Hello everyone, welcome back in lab third. This is the second part of lab third. In the previous video, I explained what is machine learning, and then we discussed supervised learning technique. Under supervised, we discussed classification and regression techniques. Then the notations and terminologies used for the data set. I told you to just take a relook of matrix multiplication, various operations you can apply on matrix and vectors. And lastly, we discussed the basic building blocks which you can use when you are developing a machine learning model. So all in all, we discussed the 4 steps in machine learning model development: pre-processing of the data, then learning system, evaluation, and finally production. In this video, I will explain the steps which you should follow in order to develop your program, because when you are going to write your program, you need to follow some steps. If you remember, in week number 1, I explained something related to Python programming. I told you you are going to use Python programming for writing the programs in this unit. And I explained 2 different platforms. So far in first lab, I explained how to use Jupyter Notebook, and in the second lab, I introduced you how to use Google Colab. Personally, I like to use Google Colab. Sometimes it doesn't mean that I do not use Jupyter Notebook, but in most of the cases, I prefer Google Colab. So I'm leaving it to your freedom. If you would like to use Jupyter Notebook, you can use Jupyter Notebook. I already explained this. If you'd like to use Google Colab, so you can use. Okay, so I will explain the steps you are going to follow for writing your program. Uh, the instruction for this video is, without watching the previous video, if you do not use or do not start writing your program. So my suggestion is, first read the instructions given in, or the information provided in lab 3.1 slides, and watch the video, and then start this video. Okay, so what is the aim? The aims are enlisted here. So I will explain the steps for creating your notebook. Information about about the data set. I already explained some of the thing. That is the reason I said watch or see the instruction or information provided in lab 3.1 slides. Building blocks, I already explained this, and implementing your Python program. So as I said, I already explained how to use Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab. If you are going to use Jupyter Notebook, then you can simply, I think it is already installed in the lab computer. If you are working on your personal laptop or your desktop computer at home, then you can install Jupyter Notebook and you can work. If you are going to use Google Colab, then this is the link, this is the URL which you can use. And after opening this link, just sign in here using your Gmail account, and then open. And if you are working on Jupyter Notebook, then you can see, if you are new to this lab, then just see week 1, this file name, Python practice slides. I will show it to you if you want. This is the bright space. So under week 1, if you'll open week number 1, then Python practice, just take a look of these slides, how to download Anaconda. Then if you are using apps anywhere provided by university, then you can select the Anaconda. Then when you will select Anaconda, you will reach to this page, Anaconda Navigator. Here you have Jupyter Notebooks, that is this Jupyter Notebook. Just the launch Jupyter Notebook, you will reach to this page. Then here you can see new, just click here, Python 3 kernel. Then when you will open, you will reach to this page. So this is how you will open your program, or you can start writing your Python program in Jupyter Notebook. If you are using Google Colab, then this is the link for Google Colab. So colab.research.google.com. You will reach to this page. Simply sign in. Like here, I have already signed in here, and then you can start. You can open your first notebook file. So these are the steps. If you are going to use Google Colab, then follow this. If you are using Jupyter Notebook, then you can see the information which I already explained in lab 1. Okay, so what you will do, create new notebook. So for creating new notebook, what you need to do, you need to simply open, I will explain this using Jupyter Google Colab. Simply click here, new notebook, and a new notebook will be created. So this is the new notebook, and this is the place where you will write your program. Then set the name before starting your coding. Give the name or set the name for your new notebook. I suggest you to use AI underscore lab underscore 3 because we are in lab number 3, but you are free to choose any other name of your choice. So let me write the name. So what I will do, in order to give the name to my notebook file, I will simply click on file, rename, and then place your mouse pointer there, and I'm using the file name lab3 underscore 1, for example. So this is completely up to your freedom which name you want to set for your program. So the name of my Jupyter notebook file for this lab is lab3 underscore 1. Let me move back to this page again. Then follow the instruction to complete the programs or code. I already explained about this data set. I already uploaded this data set, that is iris data set, under in week 3 in Brightspace. So if you will open Brightspace, currently you cannot see because it is hidden, but it will be available tomorrow. So here you can see iris data set. So just download here, just click here, download this data set. So let me show it to you. So now I already downloaded my data set here. So what I will do now, in order to load your data set here in your program, you can see this folder icon or file. So just click here, right click on this. You can upload your data set. That is, this is the data set. This is my data set. I will use this one. The same file is there, and now you can see iris dataset is here. If you want to really delete this dataset, simply click on delete file. It will be deleted. If you would like to create a folder, for example, a dataset, and you would like to add your dataset in this folder, then just place your mouse pointer there on the dataset folder, right click and upload, and then upload your dataset, that is iris dataset. So your dataset will be under your folder, that is this. You can add many dataset in here, and then you can simply load this dataset. You can read this dataset directly from this environment. So this is about how to read the dataset from Google Colab, how to load the dataset in Google Colab. And I already explained this model. This is the building block for machine learning model. You have your raw data, apply training data set, split the data set in two parts, training data set and test data set, then give the training to your model. Then you will get your final model, pass your data set as an input to your final model, check your model is showing the correct outcome or not, that is the correct label, use new data, and if your model is able to predict or give you the correct label, that is prediction is correct, then your model is working or showing good behavior. So, and this is the main part, that is this is the main part, and you need to work on this part. It doesn't mean that you are not going to work on this. You need to work on this one also, this one also, and this one also, but most of the time will be you need to spend in model development process, because you are going to apply all these steps on in here, and for pre-processing these are the steps you are going to apply, and then your model will work, and then you will see the accuracy of your model. So this is all in this presentation.